This is a special presentation of WAAY 31 Sports.
It's the McCurry Big Game Friday night. Hello, Alabama, find a comfortable spot. We got high school football and it's coming out hot. Now here we are and the lights are shining bright. We've always been. Yeah, WAAY 31 is rocking all right. With Nolan, Lyndon, Max, and Antonio. It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday night.
A battle between two unbeaten as Russellville puts their perfect 5-0 record on the line against 6A foe Hartselle on the road in our big game Friday night game of the week.
And then it's a crosstown rivalry over at West Limestone as East Limestone makes the quick trip in a county showdown. Hello and welcome into Big Game Friday night, everybody. I'm Nolan, joined here by Lyndon, Blake, and Lyndon. We're officially at the halfway point of the high school football season, and the weather's getting a little nicer, isn't it?
That's the best part. I get kind of sad at the halfway point, because we enjoy it so much, but you got to admit, tonight was our best night of football weather we've had so far.
That's right. And we had some awesome matchups tonight with the top tier weather, like our Big Game Friday night game of the week, where 5-0 Russellville made the trip to Hartselle tonight, and sports anchor Max Cohan was on the sidelines for it all.
In a battle of the unbeaten Tigers, it's Hartselle that's able to break free of the chains and run away with a huge victory. But this one was a tale of two halves. It's Tiger on Tiger as the Hartselle Tigers host the Russellville Golden Tigers. These teams may play in different classifications, but a meeting of the unbeaten is always reason to pay attention. The host team would strike first in this one, a long, methodical drive capped off by a short run for Azariah Fletcher as the Tigers take an early 7-zip lead. But it wouldn't take long for them to get the ball back. On the ensuing kickoff, Russellville is playing back and can't field the return cleanly, so the Tigers take over again with excellent field position. From there, JT Blackwood would handle things himself. The keeper gets him across as Hartselle extends the lead to 14. So the Golden Tigers are down, but certainly not out. Gabe Amick gets things moving as he connects with Torrey King for a huge gain. Now with some momentum, Russellville gets rolling. Connor Warhurst gets past the D-line and makes a cut for the sideline, and that's all he'd need, galloping into the end zone to make things interesting. After the Golden Tigers pick Blackwood off, they tie things up. Warhurst gets by with a little help from his friends, and we're even at 14. So it was a 3-point game at the half, but Hartselle takes this one 58-21. I'm joined by Tigers head coach Brian Moore. Coach, tell me what the difference in the second half was.
Well, we just played more physical. I mean, we got after them, and the interception was huge. We drove the ball right there at the beginning of the second half, scored a touchdown to make it a 2-score game, then had a pick six, and really started rolling.
So I'm sure for you, heading into the half with only a 3-point lead, maybe you expected to be up by more. What was it that you think allowed the game to be so close?
Well, they're good, and they played really well in the first half and ran the ball at us, and we had to stop some bleeding a little bit. We had a hard time stopping them, but our offense kept scoring too, until our defense could settle in and really did a good job.
And how much does this win kind of propel you for what's to come in terms of just the remainder of your schedule heading into everything undefeated?
That's huge. I mean, all our goals are still in front of us, and our kids believe in what we're doing and the mission, and they're spreading it to the rest of the group, and it's just been a fun year. I hope it continues.
Thanks so much, Coach. That'll wrap things up here from Hartselle. Again, the final score, the Tigers 58, the Golden Tigers 21. From McCurry Big Game Friday night, Max Cohan, WAAY 31 Sports.
Thank you, Max. So a big win for Hartselle to remain undefeated.
And another big game took place at Milton Frank Stadium tonight as the Buckhorn Bucks travel to take on May Jemison. A great crowd tonight at Milton Frank Stadium, and the Bucks were firing on all cylinders tonight. A handoff to Terrence Robertson. He breaks a tackle, and he's gone. He finds the end zone to take an early lead for Buckhorn, and he wouldn't stop there. CJ Hatcher rolls to his left and throws it right back to Robinson. He hauls it in and powers his way into the end zone to put Buckhorn up 2 scores. But May Jemison would have a response on the kickoff return. Jonathan Jones takes this one, gets a couple of big-time blocks, and you're not going to catch this guy. He's down the sideline. The teammates pumped up. May Jemison right back in the game, but Buckhorn would put this one away. CJ Hatcher with the keeper. That one right up the gut as the Bucks get back in the win column on the road tonight. 48-24 the final.
Let's go on down to Coleman tonight. The defending 2A champs, Mars Hill Bible at the Bearcats' house. That's Ryan Skinner handing it off to Jake Doolin, but he is stopped by Lamar Funches Booker. Now Skinner connects with Nathan Zills to get in the red zone. Can Doolin finish this drive off? He's going to take it himself and drive through the Mars Hill defense into the end zone for the touchdown. Coleman up 7-0. Now on the Mars Hill drive. They had nothing going on the first one. This will be their second one of the game. Can they even out the score? It's Griffin Hansen who's going to find Damian Thompson as a big-time gain and a first down for the Panthers. So Mars Hill is driving, but oh my gosh, awful snap. They're going to actually lose 19 yards. They're going to try to make up some ground, but eventually they do turn the ball over on downs. Coleman goes on to win this one easily, 49-7. Looking at some more scores from 6A Region 8, Athens on the road tonight, and they fall to Hueytown 54-20. Columbia was at Tanner, and the Rattlers take down the Eagles 41-8.
So with those scores in, here's a look at the 6A Region 8 standings. A lot of good teams in this region. Hartselle 6-0, Muscle Shoals 5-0. Two teams probably fighting for maybe state championship. Who knows? Well, how about a 5A, 4A matchup between two teams that are red hot? Madison County at home tonight hosting Gunnersville, and Gunnersville came out firing in this one. It's a handoff to Logan Pate, and this kid can move. Finds a seam for the big pickup, and then he would cap off this drive for Gunnersville. Another handoff to Pate, and he's in for the score. 7-0. Gunnersville out to an early lead, but Madison County would respond. This drive started on their own 3, but they would get the ball moving. Check out the hard running from Isaiah Purdue for the first down, and then Ramiro Towers gets the passing game started. He finds Case Watson for the big pickup. The drive would stall in the end. The Wildcats take the win, 43-21.
And while in 7A, James Clemens off to their best start in program history at 5-0. Can they make it a perfect 6-0 against Lee? James Clemens already up 7, and Gio Lopez hands it off to Gabriel Ballard. He takes this one right up the middle, and he's in for the touchdown. 14-0, James Clemens on top, but Lee would respond. Isaiah Vanderberg and the Wildcat, and he's going to follow the big blockers all the way into the end zone. 14-7, Jets still on top. On the ensuing kickoff, Dante Snodgrass has some space, breaks one tackle. He's going to break 2 tackles, breaks a third. He is gone all the way. Tack on 6 more for the Jets. James Clemens continues their winning ways, and they're off to that 6-0 start for the first time in school history. 55-14, your final score. Here's another 7A score for you. Albertville in action against Boaz tonight. Albertville coming off its first win of the year, but they do fall to the Pirates this week. 35-21, your final score. All right, guys. Well, it's already time for our first timeout, but we are just getting started.
That's right. When we return, we welcome in our very own Antonio McBeth. What's up, Antonio?
That's right. After this, we talk rivalry game of the week, a crosstown showdown between East and West Limestone. Two teams with the same name, different directions. You know what that means, rivalry. Coming up next.
Stay tuned for more Big Game Friday Night. Go! It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday Night. You're watching Big Game Friday Night. Go Tigers! It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday Night.
Welcome back to McCurry's Big Game Friday Night, a busy night of high school football across North Alabama, and it would be hard to find a better matchup than this next one.
You sure are right. A crosstown showdown took place tonight between East and West Limestone. Let's welcome in our analyst, Antonio McBeth. Antonio, you've been dialed into this all week long, and East and West Limestone do not get along.
That's right. I even got to talk to head coach Jeff Pugh of East Limestone, and he said, look, in order to win this game, Fortune Wheeler has to get going. I feel pretty confident that our offense is going to get going in this one. So the key for any football dude, which Jeff Pugh is a football dude, is to get the defense going. Stop the West Limestone offense. Is that going to be possible? And West Limestone, they know very well what Fortune Wheeler's about. Shut him down. That's the big key. They also need to tackle better than they have. Shelby Davis said that that was a big key for him, that they didn't tackle well in their only loss of the season.
All right, well, let's see how this one played out tonight at West Limestone. On the second play of the game, Guess what, Antonio? Gage Hill hands off to who else but Fortune Wheeler. He explodes through the middle, breaking tackles. You're not going to catch this kid. He takes it over 85 yards to the house for the early 7-0 Indians lead. But West Limestone had an answer. It's Colin Patterson who takes the snap. He hands it off to Dakota Wilson, and he makes one guy miss, and he's off to the races. He's caught from behind. He's down at the 1, but they would score on the next play. Then, on the first play of the second quarter, Patterson rolls to his right, dumps it to Dakota Hillard, and with some good blocking downfield, he's got nothing but green grass ahead of him as he takes it in for 6. West Limestone completes the comeback, taking this one in a close one, 31-28.
Well, it's cross-county rival. East versus West. Don't get no better than that in high school football. First half, I thought we played real well. Second half, we kind of played sloppy and turned it over a couple times, made it harder on ourselves than it had to be. But, man, they gutted it out. Tough, physical game, and we're just glad we came out on top.
So a huge win for West Limestone. They moved to 4-1 on the year.
Antonio, did you see this one coming, even with East Limestone having Fortune Wheeler?
Yeah, so this one's been razor thin over the last several years. The overall rivalry record's really, really close. But look, West Limestone lost one regular season game last year, and it was to East Limestone. So you knew they were going to come in hot and try to win this game. Glad we got a good one. Not surprised at all.
All right, thanks, Antonio. We'll talk with you later on in the show.
All right, how about this 3A, 4A matchup between Danville and Priceville? We're going to pick up with Danville threatening the pass to the end zone to Cole Randolph. It's a touchdown, so Danville on the board. Then the second quarter, Danville will be threatening again and again. It's Cole Randolph. He's going to haul it in for 6 more. So Danville's just running away with this one. Priceville coach Chris Foster directing his Bulldogs on the comeback trail. Jackson Pritchett hooks up with William Baker with seconds remaining in the first half for the score, as Priceville comes from behind to win this one 35-12. Here's a look at some more scores from tonight. Lauderdale County off to a perfect 6-0 start after tonight's win over Rogers, while Central also staying undefeated with their win tonight over Sheffield.
All right, well, let's turn our attention now to 2A. Whitesburg Christian, we're back at home tonight against 1A Shoals Christian, and I was at this game. Great crowd for homecoming. Shoals Christian trailing, trying to make something happen, but Kyle Wilson's pass is going to be picked off. Sam Barnes goes up and gets it, and he's going to take this one back to the house, leaping into the end zone to extend a lead. And that Warriors defense looked impressive tonight. Again, Whitesburg comes up with the big play. Ian Putman with the pick on the goal line, but this would actually lead to a Shoals Christian score. Fumble on the next play for Whitesburg. Ben Russ picks it up and dives in for the score. 2 defensive touchdowns back to back, but this one was all Whitesburg Christian as they get the win on homecoming 61-14.
As they should on homecoming tonight. While tonight at Colbert Heights, we had a crosstown showdown between the Wildcats and Colbert County. 2 teams fighting for playoff spots. The Indians took a 13-0 lead into the half. So we're going to go to the start of the third quarter. Colbert Heights quarterback Austin Howell throws it, but is intercepted by Colbert County's Austin Mitchell. So now it's Indian ball. Quarterback James Berryman hands it off to Ethan Ramos, but he's spun to the ground by the Wildcat defense. Next play, Berryman hands it off to Ramos again, and he's able to gain some yards before he stops. Sticking with the same drive, Berryman this time is going to throw it to Demetrius Jones, but he gets pushed back, barely gaining anything. So now it's Colbert Heights ball. Andrew Tedford hands it off to Austin Scott, and he fights to gain some yards. Colbert County takes this one a shutout win, 25-0. Tonight at Ardmore, the undefeated Tigers were taking on Clements, and they stay undefeated, winning 55-27 at home. Guys, it's already time that we use our next timeout.
But don't you touch that dial. Coming up next, we talk with Hatton High School football coach. The Hornets were in action last night against East Lawrence. Highlights and post-game reaction coming up after this.
Stay tuned for more Big Game Friday nights on WAAY 31.
It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday night.
You're watching Big Game Friday night on WAAY 31.
It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday night.
Welcome Welcome back to Big Game Friday night. Everyone, let's jump right back into some fun. Last night, the Hatton Hornets, they were in action against East Lawrence.
And we love Friday Night Lights, but not all the action waits to the end of the work week.
That's right. East Lawrence hosted Hatton in some Thursday night action. The East Lawrence Eagles off to a 1-3 start this year as well, and they were hoping to get the home crowd something to cheer about. How about Caden Rivers on the carry? The big guy can rumble, and that would set this up a few plays later. It's Peyton Kelly letting one fly. As he gets hit, it falls into the hands of Dawson Terry. The Eagles take a 6-0 lead. Hatton would respond on the next drive, though, in the red zone. It's Briley Kirby with the keeper. That's going to get things even, 6-6 in the end. Hatton takes this one 30-14 to move to 2-3 on the year. We caught up with assistant coach Josh McGuire after the win.
Well, we know that we like the way we look up front. We know, we're an old school football team. We're gonna pound it at you and come at you and not shy away from physicality or contact or anything like that. But things started a little bit slow and got a little chippy right there before the half with the two teams, which you kind of expect within county rivals. But proud of our guys that they came back the second half, responded well, kept the flags off the field and went out there and executed, did their job, and did exactly what we as coaches asked them to do and got the results that we were looking for.
And while over on Northeast Alabama's side, Crossville at home tonight taking on Plainview. This is a big 3A, 5A showdown. Let's get to the action. Plainview got up big, 28-0. That's Noah White handing it off to Arturo Murado, who runs 20 yards for the first down. Can he do it again? I think he can. Medrano does it again. Another long run for him. Another first down for Plainview. So we're going to stick it with the Plainview ball right now. It's Andrew Hall powering through for the touchdown for Plainview. So they take this win tonight easily. Final score 41-0.
Another Sand Mountain game in action tonight as Sand Rock travel to Collinsville. Big matchup for Collinsville. Sand Rock threatening early here. Aaron Ashley takes the snap. He's under pressure. Passes to Logan Critter, who is downed just short of the goal line, which sets up 1st and goal from the 2. Then on the next play, handoff to Trace Haygood, who scampers in for the score. 7-0 Sand Rock out in front. And they would build on their momentum. Ashley hands off to Jacob Cumjo. 22-yard run for a Sand Rock first down. Then later in the game, Sand Rock would capitalize. Trace Haygood weaves through the defense. Touchdown Sand Rock 13-0 as they take this one on the road 28-7. All right, here's a look at some more scores from the area. South Pittsburgh with a big win over their rivals North Jackson 21-20.
Always a good game. Before we go, let's squeeze in one more game. Cherokee in action tonight against Tharptown. Tharptown, the home team. Both these teams struggling this year, but a chance to win tonight. Tharptown ball, Hunter Reynolds tossed it off to Aiden Villalobos, and he glides past that Cherokee defense. He almost gets tripped up there, but he does not lose the ball. He hangs on to it, takes it to the end zone for a touchdown. Now it's Cherokee ball. Number 12, so hand it off to Noah Van Winkle. Gains about 2 yards before he's spun to the ground. Cherokee punting, but the kick is blocked and recovered by Tharptown on the Indian 43-yard line. Tharptown blows out Cherokee 42-0. It's already time for us to take one last timeout.
But don't you go anywhere. When we return, Big Game Friday night is back right here. We talk college football. Big day tomorrow for both Auburn and Alabama. And of course, we have your top lights coming up next.
Stay tuned. You're watching Big Game Friday Night.
It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday Night.
You're watching Big Game Friday Night.
It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday Night.
Welcome back. Nothing like a Big Game Friday night show to get us ready for Saturday.
That's right, both Alabama and Auburn at home this week after 2 road games last Saturday.
Alabama coming off a close game against Florida back home. Look, Alabama, it's about preparing for a team you know you're supposed to beat, and Auburn looking to correct some mistakes after that Penn State loss. It's the same thing for both teams here, right? It's how you prepare coming off a tough road environment for a team you're supposed to be.
Yep, and their game against Georgia State tomorrow, that is a 3 p.m. kickoff for the Auburn Tigers.
And obviously, WAAY 31 will be at both of those games, so you can get all the action at 10 o'clock on Saturday here on Channel 31.
All right, well, just about wrap things up here on McCurry's Big Game Friday night. Of course, we want to thank everyone out there for tuning in each and every week. We want to thank our radio sponsors, of course, and all of our shooters, people in production. It takes a lot of different people to get this show off of the ground and moving, and I think it was a pretty good one tonight. If I'm going to pat myself on the back. Fun night of high school football here in North Alabama.
And thank you to all our shooters who went out there and got the games. Nolan, another week in the books.
That's right. We'll finish things out here on Big Game Friday night the same way that we end every Big Game Friday night with, of course, your top lights. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you here next week.
You've been watching a special presentation of WAAY 31 Sports.